Have you ever noticed how animals seem to know something is wrong before the ground starts to shake? Long before humans feel a tremor, dogs start barking without reason, birds lift off in sudden waves, horses refuse to settle, and cats vanish into hiding. It feels eerie, almost supernatural, as if animals are receiving a secret warning that humans somehow missed. And when the earthquake finally hits, people look back and ask the same question every time. How did they know? Were they sensing something real? Or are we just connecting the dots after the fact? Stories of animals reacting before earthquakes are not a modern invention. They appear in ancient texts, folklore, and historical records from cultures that lived long before seismic instruments existed. In ancient China, scholars recorded reports of snakes emerging from hibernation, rats fleeing villages, and livestock behaving erratically before destructive earthquakes. Similar accounts appear in ancient Greece, Japan, and Rome. For centuries, farmers and fishermen trusted animal behavior as a kind of natural signal, even if they couldn't explain it. For a long time, modern science dismissed these stories as superstition. But over the past few decades, something changed. As researchers learned more about how earthquakes actually begin, those old stories started to sound less like myths and more like clues. One of the biggest misunderstandings is the idea that animals are somehow predicting earthquakes. They aren't seeing the future. They aren't psychic. What scientists now believe is much simpler and far more interesting. Animals may be reacting to physical changes in the environment that happen before the main earthquake shaking begins. These changes are usually so subtle that humans don't notice them at all. But animals live in a sensory world that is far richer and more sensitive than ours. They hear more, feel more, and detect changes we completely miss. From their point of view, something feels wrong long before humans realize anything is happening. When an earthquake begins, it doesn't start with violent shaking. Deep underground, rocks slowly build stress over time, bending and grinding against each other. When that stress finally releases, it sends out different kinds of seismic waves. The fastest are called primary waves, or P waves. These waves travel quickly through the ground and cause tiny movements that most humans never feel. They might arrive seconds or even minutes before the stronger secondary waves that cause real damage. For animals, especially those close to the ground, these faint vibrations could be noticeable. A dog lying on the floor, a cat pressed against the earth, or a rodent inside a burrow may feel a strange trembling that triggers alarm before humans sense anything at all. Sound may also play a powerful role. Many animals can hear frequencies far below and far above the human hearing range. Earthquakes can produce low-frequency sounds known as infrasound, which humans cannot hear, but animals can. To us, the world seems quiet. To an animal, the air may suddenly fill with an unsettling hum or rumble that never resolves. This sound might resemble an approaching storm or a distant threat that refuses to fade. That alone could trigger anxiety, fear, or escape behavior. Dogs may bark, birds may take flight, and livestock may become restless simply because the environment suddenly sounds wrong to them. Some animals are especially tuned to ground movement. Snakes, lizards, and rodents spend much of their lives in direct contact with soil and rock. Burrowing animals may feel subtle vibrations, amplified through underground tunnels. Elephants are known to sense vibrations through their feet and bones, picking up distant signals across miles of terrain. Their bodies act almost like living seismographs. Even a slight shift in the earth could feel dramatic to an animal whose survival depends on detecting danger early. What humans dismiss as nothing might register as a serious threat to a creature whose senses evolved for vigilance. There is also evidence that earthquakes may create electrical changes in the environment before major shaking begins. When rocks deep underground are placed under extreme stress, they can release electrical charges. These charges may alter the electrical balance of the air, soil, and water nearby. While humans are largely unaware of these changes, some animals are not. Fish, birds, insects, and certain mammals are sensitive to electrical and magnetic fields. Changes in these fields could disrupt their navigation, behavior, or comfort. Fish might swim erratically, birds may change flight patterns, and insects might suddenly fall silent or scatter. Chemical changes may play a role as well. Before some earthquakes, small amounts of gases like radon are released from cracks in the earth. Humans typically cannot smell or detect these gases at low levels. But animals with powerful senses of smell, like dogs, cats, and rodents, might notice immediately. To them, the ground or air may suddenly smell wrong. That unfamiliar scent could trigger stress responses, avoidance behavior, or frantic movement. It's not that the animal knows an earthquake is coming. It's that the environment has changed in a way that signals danger. Dogs and cats are the animals most commonly associated with pre-earthquake behavior, largely because they live so closely with humans. People notice when a dog whines all night or a cat hides for hours without reason. But wild animals may react just as strongly, if not more so. We simply aren't there to witness it. Birds may abandon nesting areas, insects may go quiet, and small mammals may flee underground burrows before humans ever connect the dots. By the time the earthquake hits, those animals are already gone, leaving behind only stories and questions. One of the most famous cases involving animal behavior occurred in China in 1975. In the city of Haicheng, officials received widespread reports of unusual animal activity. Snakes were seen emerging from hibernation during winter. Rats behaved erratically. Livestock refused to enter barns. These reports, combined with seismic data and other warning signs, led authorities to order an evacuation. When a powerful earthquake struck shortly afterward, many lives were believed to have been saved. This event remains one of the few times in history where animal behavior played a role in an official disaster response. However, this case is the exception, not the rule. For every accurate-seeming warning, there are countless false alarms. Animals act strangely all the time for reasons unrelated to earthquakes. Storms, changes in air pressure, unfamiliar sounds, predators, illness, or stress can all cause unusual behavior. If a dog barks one night and an earthquake happens the next day, it's easy to connect the two. But if the dog barks dozens of other nights with no earthquake, those moments are quickly forgotten. This is known as confirmation bias. Humans remember the coincidences that fit the story and ignore the ones that don't. This is why scientists remain cautious. Despite centuries of reports, researchers have not found a consistent, reliable pattern that allows animal behavior to be used as a dependable earthquake warning system. Animals may react to early signals sometimes, but not always. And when they do, the timing, type of behavior, and intensity vary wildly. One animal might panic hours before an earthquake, another minutes before, and another not at all. Without consistency, it's impossible to turn these behaviors into accurate predictions. Most scientists today agree on a few key points. Some animals likely can detect early physical signals associated with earthquakes, including subtle vibrations, low-frequency sounds, electrical changes, and chemical shifts. These signals occur before the destructive shaking that humans recognize as an earthquake. Animal reactions to these signals are real but unpredictable. And while animals may occasionally provide an early clue that something is wrong, they cannot replace modern seismic monitoring systems, which rely on precise measurements rather than behavior. Still, the idea that animals experience earthquakes differently than humans reveals something profound about the natural world. Animals live inside a version of reality filled with information we cannot access. Their senses evolved not for comfort, but for survival. They notice changes that seem invisible to us because their lives depend on early detection. In that sense, their reactions aren't mysterious at all. They are simply responding to a world that feels unstable long before humans realize it. So no, animals are not magical earthquake prophets. They aren't predicting disaster with supernatural foresight. What they are doing is reacting to tiny signals that our bodies were never designed to detect. Vibrations too faint to feel. Sounds too low to hear. Chemical changes too subtle to smell. Electrical shifts we don't even know how to perceive. To animals, these signals are loud and clear. To us, they barely exist. The next time you hear a story about a dog acting strangely before an earthquake, it's worth remembering that there may be real biology behind that behavior. Not magic, not myth, just senses finely tuned to a restless planet. And perhaps the real lesson isn't that animals know the future, but that the world is constantly sending out warnings and signals we simply aren't built to notice. Thank you for watching. If you have ideas for our next video, Drop them in the comments, and we'll be sure to give you a shout-out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay curious about the hidden signals shaping the world around us.